If you like to play on the PC, you need gaming keyboard. Through the gaming keyboard, you can control the game better. And in this video I will present to you the 5 best gaming keyboards in terms of game control and design. Corsair. When you want to go the extra mile and upgrade to the absolute best of the best, it's hard to find a more premium option than the Corsair K100 RGB. Be warned, though, this is a big keyboard. Its enormous footprint still requires some desk clearing before it can be nested comfortably. But feature-wise, the K100 RGB's got it all. Dedicated media controls and a USB pass-through, a metal volume wheel, RGB lighting. Speaking of RGB, there is an aggressive amount of RGB in this keyboard. During our tests, we noted excellent key responses, a decent spread of keys for most hand sizes, a satisfying tactile click to each press, and wonderfully dimpled keys to help you rest your fingers when you're not actually pressing down. While this all seems quite obvious, it shows that the K100 RGB nails the basics, as well as including the fancy extras, and that's why it's top of the list. Mountain Everest Max. All things to all people, that's almost what the Mountain Everest Max gaming keyboard represents. And it's one of my favorite designs since it first landed on my desk. I don't always need the numpad on a full-size keyboard, but it certainly comes in handy sometimes during the workday. When I'm gaming though, all I want is a compact TKL board to get my mouse and keyboard hands closer together, and give me more desktop real estate to fling around my rodent. That's what the Everest Max offers. The flexibility to have your TKL cake and eat your numpad. Use your numpad. Whatever. Basically, the magnetically attaching numpad module can be attached to either side of the base mechanical TKL board, and is completely hot swappable. The admittedly costly $270, 230 pounds, complete Everest Max kit also comes with a plush magnetic wrist rest, a media module with discrete controls, and an LCD screen. It's also a board for the keyboard enthusiast, with a base that allows you to pull out switches at will, and replace them as easily as just pushing them in. You can also go for the barebones board, picking your own switches and keycaps from the start to create a truly custom option. My only reservations with the Everest Max are its high price and the initial immaturity I experienced with its config software. That's been ironed out now for the most part, and I'm still using my sample on a day-to-day basis as it totally suits how I game and work on my PC. Razer Cynosa Chroma. If even mecha membrane keys don't suit you, and you demand a full membrane typing gaming experience, the Razer Cynosa is the deck for you. I know there are people out there who prefer the soft embrace of a pure membrane switch, and that's fine, each to their own. The Cynosa has some of the best feeling, low-profile membrane keys I've ever tested, and at a retail price of $60, it is one of the most affordable gaming keyboards out there, well, past a certain threshold of quality. While it may lack some of the features several gaming boards pack in these days, stuff like a dedicated wrist rest or media controls, it does boast Razer's extensive RGB lighting, which can be programmed on a per-key basis or applied by zones. It's a solid, no-frills, nice-looking keyboard that's the best membrane option of a huge range that I've tested. There is a step-up version of the Cynosa available. Still, for $20 extra, the only real addition is Underglow RGB, so unless that kind of ground effects package is massively appealing to you, I recommend you save your cash and invest in the base model. G.Skill KM360. There is a trend towards $200 plus gaming keyboards in the market at the moment, but that doesn't mean there aren't quality mechanical switchboards available at a more reasonable price. Often you'll find these more budget-oriented options offering cheap switches from other manufacturers, but the G.Skill KM360 comes featuring the classic Cherry MX Red linear switch out of the gate. If you can't cope with your gaming board not lit up like a rainbow, then you may be disappointed with the single color option, but damn, the white LEDs on this G.Skill board are the brightest I've ever seen. Normally I like to keep at max brightness all day long, but the KM360 would burn out my retina if I did. This TKL board is basic, but what it does very well. It's solid, well built, reliable, and looks pretty decent too. There's no wrist rest, no pass-through, or media controls, but I'll happily give it a pass in favor of affordable functionality. Logitech G915. If you must pick up a wireless keyboard, then the Logitech G915 is a fine candidate. You'll be required to spend that little bit more for wireless functionality than what we tend to see for wired mechanical keyboards with similar features. The Logitech G915 is $250, £210. There's a slightly cheaper TKL version, but not so much, so that we'd instantly recommend it over the full-size model. What you get for that significant cash investment is a sleek and sturdy board plated in brushed aluminum. There are some smart media controls in the upper right-hand corner of the board, including a lovely volume wheel, and there's a handful of macro keys down the left side of the keyboard. These can be programmed to whatever you see fit on a per-app or per-game basis within the Logitech G software. Beneath that stylish exterior lies fantastically responsive Kale-made GL key switches. You can pick from linear, tactile, or clicky, and we recommend the latter if you really want to make a racket. It packs in all this without a massive overall footprint too, coming in as one of the sleeker boards of the lot today. The wired Cherry MX 10.0 has it beat there, though, for better or worse. This is the end of the video. Don't forget like and subscribe.